Hello my friends and welcome back to College Cooking. This is actually my second college cooking video today because the first cut was garbage and I'm going to redo it. Today's recipe is a cool recipe. I'm making pesto. Alright, now this is only my second time making pesto and the first time was this morning. So here goes. Just a quick note, I do not have the proper equipment to make good pesto, so this is going to be Ghetto Pesto. It has a nice rhyme to it, doesn't it? Let's get started. So I still have a bit of a mess from this morning's take, so we'll just go through the ingredients here. You're going to need some nuts. Pine nuts are good. Pine nuts are best. Cashews are better. Walnuts are third, I guess. I have walnuts. They were cheaper. Parmesan cheese, olive oil, and now the important ingredients. There's not many ingredients, so they're all important. Some garlic, which I stole from Nemo again, and some fresh basil. It's fresh basil. When we make it back home, we pick it right from the garden outside. The first thing you can do is you can go ahead and slice up your basil into as small of pieces as you can with a knife. Alright, so that's okay, I guess. Next, we'll take a piece of garlic, get that into the shot. For those of you who don't know how to cut garlic up, is first you peel one of these little things of it, you break it off of the main chunk. Then you can put it down, and you can either hit it with your knife, or if you have a glass, you can go like that. And that should break, there's like kind of a crustier layer on the outside, kind of like an onion. And you can then easily peel that off. That one pretty good. And then we'll slice that into the smallest pieces we possibly can. Look at this pro chopper here. Yeah! I am the pro chopper. Like a helicopter, a chopper. Like the V-22 Osprey. That is a helicopter and an airplane. It's not a very good helicopter and it's not a very good airplane, but it can do both. And that makes it good. So next, I'm going to try and crush up these walnuts as much as possible while they are still in the bag. And then we will pour them out here onto the cutting board. I'm basically making this whole recipe on the cutting board, so that's kind of cool. That might be a bit much, but whatever. And then we'll chop these up. You really want them in as small pieces as possible. A blender is the way to go for all of this. You can just throw all these things in a blender, and that'll save you a lot of time in chopping. Alright, it's looking pretty good. So at this point the hard part is all done, so we'll just go ahead and mix this all together, and then chop it some more. Yeah, I definitely put a bit too much of the old walnuts in there. I probably could have done with a bit more basil. And then we take our olive oil and we pour a pretty fair amount into there. And then we can keep chopping. What a surprise, more chopping. Almost cut my finger off, but I didn't. Alright, at this point we can scrape the knife off, and we can take a glass, you can see it's dirty from this morning, and just do what the chopping can't do. Alright, so the reason it's okay to put a little extra oil is because we are adding the Parmesan cheese now. And the Parmesan cheese is a little dry, so it'll absorb a bit of the oil. There we go. And we can mix that in. So I might have put a bit too much oil on it this time. This morning I didn't put enough, so I might have been overcompensating. But yeah, it actually looks really good and it smells really good. So, let's put it on some spaghetti and taste it. Alright, there we go. We'll plop this on here. And then I have to go grab a fork because I forgot that. Alright, I'm back and I have a fork. It is also dirty from spaghetti from earlier. Now you guys know how lazy I can be. All right, let's give this pesto a try. Mix it all in there. That's good. So yeah, right now it's tasting about 100 times better than this morning, which is excellent. I probably could have put a bit more cheese in there, which I think I might do. If you give me a second. A little more cheese. I probably should have showed you guys how much more cheese I put on. Not too much, maybe a tablespoon. But we'll give this a try. Delicious. Wow. I said delicious last week. I should think of better words. Superb. There we go. Superb. This is good basil. And I made it on a cutting board. I didn't even have a blender. But if you have a blender, you probably could have done it in half the time. Yeah, this is really good. Wow. Who knew I could make basil? I didn't. Anyway, I'll eat the rest of this off camera. But first I have some things to say. This recipe was suggested by my friend Elizabeth. Thank you, Elizabeth. Please keep thinking of recipes ideas, because it really helps me. If you have a recipe, comment it below, and then I will try and make it. Anyway, have a great week. Do good things with your life. Be a good person. And I will see you next week. Unless I'm studying for my midterm, which I have next Monday.